Good morning. How are we all today? What a crazy turn of events last night. Absolutely insane. So we had, the more I think about it, just Amazon, Meta, just blew expectations, like smashed them. So we got a huge rally. Can't believe that equities closed bullish and all-time highs. Well, I can believe it, but like so quick after FOMC, amazing. And gold, man, gold. I had a buy on gold from down here, and I closed it here, and then it just went ballistic. I was even saw news as well that I think what really spiked price from this level here, there was I saw a report that Israel had agreed to a ceasefire, and it led no wait sorry it was the other way around. Report that is like price was pushing up, and Israel had agreed to a ceasefire, so that reduces fear, uncertainty, and doubt. We saw oil drop, we saw equity start to rise, and then we saw gold fall back. And then that tweet and report got deleted, and it was Al Jazeera, I think, whatever that news outlet is, said that basically it was just a wrong report, and that Israel hadn't agreed to a ceasefire, and that just led gold just rocketing away. Insane. So we pushed all the way up from 2030 to 2065. Then we rebounded off this level, and then sort of just settled. What was that, Glenn? You gonna say something? Were you saying something?
No,
Was someone saying something? I heard something. Oh, thanks, Leon. Great. All right, now. Yeah, Ronald, Delaney, everyone. Yeah, good morning. So then we had also on Amazon, Meta, and AMD. I don't think AMD did as well, but Amazon and Meta smashed it. And they released it late, really late. So it was at about 9:07 was the report that they released it. Obviously, there's a few minutes. Took them time to get that into the media, but that was precisely. I mean, they must have told their friends what's going to happen. But just before 9 o'clock, we had this little pullback, and then it was just this almighty rally. Insane. Just Nasdaq 230 pips in the final hour. Crazy. So S&P made a new high. Came from all the way through the doldrums to return. So it bounced, all-time high. Crazy. So anyway, my outlook for today, for German is obviously not the US large caps. So what I've got two ideas here. I've got one for German, one for gold. First, let's just check the Facebook. Oh my god, Messenger. Jesus, man, financial news. Okay, so I've got no news until NFP. What we do have is the day after FOMC, so yesterday, we're still the Fed blackout. So now we could get Fed speakers, and we can get ECB speakers, but we can get Fed speakers today as well. We probably will after non-farm employment comes out. If ADP employment is anything to go by, which happened on Wednesday, then they're expecting bad numbers. If this is anything to go by. So they posted really poor numbers. So when we've got the BS labor statistics, or BLS, depends if you want to drop the L or not. When they bring out these statistics, if this is bad numbers, then what we're likely to see is pressure put back on. They'll just completely forget what Powell said, and they'll be pricing in March rate cuts again if this is bad numbers. So this would be a positive driver for stocks if they're good numbers. Bad numbers. If they're good numbers, which they can be easily the print can be good numbers. Don't read into what the numbers mean, because they can be they're pretty inconsistent to read. But if they're good numbers initially, that would lead to a pretty severe drop around this time for equities. Thanks, Andre. Okay, so we'll go to financial juice. Let's just see overnight what headlines there were. So we'll read this Asian wrap, but we'll just scroll down the page a bit. We can see at what time was this? 9:02. Okay, so this is when Amazon released their earnings. You can see earnings per share, $1, estimated 78 cents. Net sales increased. North American net sales increased. AWS, so the Amazon Web Services, increased. Oh no, it went down slightly. Physical stores went down slightly. Operating margin increased quite a lot. Q1 sales increased. Operating income increased. So smashed it. Then we've got Meta as well. Smashed it. Smashed it. Smashed it. Okay, got Apple. Not as dramatic, but they posted a iPhone revenue finally grew for the first time in a while. I think they had like 3 quarters or something where they didn't do so well. Anyway, yeah, good news all around. So then we've got, you can read this if you like, some confusion regarding the Gaza conflict as well, which saw some volatility. Australian housing financing. So now they're actually pricing in rate cuts towards the end of the year. So that Aussie should come back a little bit now. Hasn't been performing quite well at all actually for the last couple of weeks, but that should probably weaken a bit more. Then we've got the Asian market wrap. So I need to read this. Okay. Now, let's have a look at German first. Actually, let's do gold first because I've got an alert on that one. So gold, as it jumped up, I'm actually looking for a pullback on gold. So I want to see what it does here, but I'm actually looking for gold to pull back to this level. I would love to see it. I would love to see the gold rally continue, but I'd like to see gold push down around this NY 50% area. Find a little bit, I'm not sure actually what it's going to do at this level, but I'm looking to trade it down to that level. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. I need to see what it does here, but ultimately there will be, each day, there's sells and there's buy moves, sells and buy moves, sells and buy moves. So I'm anticipating the sell move down to here. I'm anticipating that there will be a buy move. I just don't know when, if we get momentum, if it's going to bounce off this level, if it's going to push further into this level, in these other levels, and then if it's going to come back to this level. So and it will still easily maintain its bullish structure. So we're in this like pretty clear kind of channel. So even just pulling back to halfway, it's a natural move inside of here. I think that could be, that's like 100 pips. So I think there's plenty of room. Don't even need to be in the top. It's just, I think that's a pretty safe idea. So whether it goes up and then comes down, just be careful you don't get caught in the fake out. But I imagine that at some stage today, we'll be seeing 2045 visited. So that's kind of like an idea that I'm looking at, and I'll keep an eye on that. Especially if we're bouncing off of maybe 2060 again. So I'll put a little alert there, and I'll put an alert here so I can be notified twice. Okay, for German, what I'm looking for is price to fade out some of this move. So this is the all-time high again, and this is not US large cap. So whilst there is always the hype that German follows, because there is that correlation, we've been seeing, importantly, if we're focusing on these green areas, I'm just going with what's been happening in the last like week or so. We've been seeing late moves, very late in the session. So when the German market's closed, you see these large candles. We see consolidation, and we see that large candle filled. And we did take sells on this day. Took sells down to this clean candle. Then we saw another late move, very late in the session. Asian session this time, completely rinsed it, just retraced on it. Then we saw a late move again, FOMC, price pushed down, and we saw that recovered. Then we saw a late move again last night. Now I'm expecting to see this recovered. So I'm pretty keen to sell. Now, it's annoying if it just drops now because it's too early for me to be selling. So I'd love to see it pull back first. I'd love to see this recover and then look to sell down to at least here and here, because I want to see the NY 50% hit, because I really like this level. I really like that we've got this gray zone. If you look at the gray one, we've got plenty of areas. You've got NY high, nearabouts NY high, NY low, Asian high, London high, pretty much NY 50%, pretty much NY low, London low, around the London high, NY 50%. So it's just a super sensitive level. So whilst we're under there, this would be like a sensitive resistance, but when we're above it, I find this could be a nice place for price to find a support from. So whether I want to trade that side of the triangle, because I just don't know how deep it will go underneath. So, but I'd like to trade down to it. So that's my idea. So I'm looking for a sell on gold and German. And like from here, where price is currently, down to here, there's about 50 pips, or just shy of 50 pips. That's plenty. That's plenty. Plenty for a Friday, especially for non-farm payroll. Be nice if we can get out of here early. Oh, thanks, Ronnie. Those trend lines, yeah. Okay. 16, so quantum 16948 would be a good entry. Oh, you're looking for buys from here, eh? Oh, but you've got different charts, don't you? So your 948 is slightly different. Yours is like 960 on mine, or 958 on mine, or the other way around. Different price feeds, different, slightly different numbers on the side. Eve, yes, I'm trying to find an opportunity to sell. I'm not selling just yet because it's not London Open yet. anything for that. Hey, Daniel. Actually, how are you? I heard you smashed it yesterday. Congrats. That was an awesome trade on gold.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome hold. I was in the same level more or less.
Mm-hmm.
I got in at 2031 down here on these areas. So just about, it was more or less inside of here. Didn't do anything for ages. But I closed it right here. I closed it here. So the trade of 2031 to here. Where did you get out?
If you go to the 4 hour, you will see why I was looking for buys.
On Forex.com, wasn't it? Yeah, Glenn was showing
first.
me.
Okay, so just here. Just can you zoom out a little bit? Okay, so if you see here, this is a liquidity we left here on, you can say, trend line liquidity, some kind of trend line liquidity. So not like this, I think. Yeah, like this. So at least 3 touch. Also we broke the structure, like here this was a low we created. After we broke that low, so we created a new low. So price came to the upside, and then afterward price, I don't know, this will be the low unless body is closing above this high, and body closed right away here. So after that, this was a FU candle here. So until unless price is closing below that FU candle, I just have to look for buys only. And I already got a target at upside. I did not close it, did not hold it till then. I closed in this area, but in this area price came multiple times but not able to close below that area, at least on 4 hour. And once price, even if you go to the daily now, the reason behind the daily was also people gonna induce to look for the buys or sells just based upon daily, how the 2 daily candle close, previous 2 daily candle. Like those are the 2 doji candles. So a lot of people are gonna think that the now price is ready to push the price to the downside, and they also gonna take a sell once price breaking the previous daily low. So once price took out the previous daily low, it was a clear indication with a lower time frame confirmation, 4 hour and so. And I took the entry on the 10 second before the news. There was a news. Unemployment claim.
Yeah.
There was a HCS form on the 1 minute. Here, if you look here.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
And it also matches with the high time frame bias in this area for me. So took the entry. Obviously news, so I'm using little bit lower risk, but I did not close any partial. I closed right away around 100 pips partial and let the runner run to the next Asian high.
So good. So good. Yeah, nicely worked out. DB trades. What about NAS? I don't normally do much of an analysis on right now because we haven't even got a London session done. So you can see on NAS, it's obviously the New York session is the main one. Is the main one, but I want to know what London session before NY comes in. I want to know what a London session does, because I'm going to use that data point for me to work out what NAS does. So there's no point me right now working out what London's going to, or try speculate on what London's going to do, so then I can speculate on what NAS is going to do. So I usually leave NAS alone a little bit around this time. Sometimes you get like a really nice move. Like we got a nice move on Wednesday, not yesterday yet, Wednesday. Got a really nice move when we got a lot of volatility. So I was able to take like a little buy, little cowboy trade here.
And this is the where a lot of people think that now we have to shift our session to London session just because one day they got a entry. Really, I mean, one day price moved really strong in the London session.
Yeah, you can see how many pips it usually moves. 50 pips, 135, 50, 50. Most of the time it's around about that. It's just there's just no volume in London session. Well,
Yes,
not it's really inconsistent. Look, one outlier, and then 60, 40, 66, 63, 84, 140, another outlier, and then we just go small again. So there's no point. It's a waste of time. Yeah, geez, look at this though. Okay, so as long as we're holding here, good. I just really don't want to see German drop before London Open, because that sucks, because then my idea is like the move happens. Okay. So let's see how we can get into an entry. I would love to see this move up with London Open. Really like to see this move up. Or maybe we can change our bias if London gives us a gift and it opens with no top wick and just goes straight down. Hard to catch that, but usually what that means, when there's no top wick and London goes straight down, it means this isn't the high of the London session. So it gives you a nice target to trade back up to. So because it's Freaky Friday though, need to just be careful. Don't do anything silly that's going to ruin your weekend on a day like today. But our candle, we're closing nice, and the previous candle, this one here, closed nice and bearish. Golfing candle, broke all the highs of these areas, closed below these areas. So you'd like to continue going that direction of that candle. If we get something closing above here, then obviously we've got a bit more room to go up, but it gets dangerous because we're at the all-time high. And I would imagine that this move late in the day is a clean candle that we can easily fill that space, because it's done it 4 times already in the last every day this week so far. It's done that. It's just Naz will chop as usual. Check your fib levels in the 4 hour or your trade levels. I'm not a huge fan of the fibs, but let's have a little peek. Got 1.5 minutes. So you doing your fibs from this low to this high? Is that where you're doing your fibs? So trading down to this level sounds good. Down to your 38%.
Come on.
What are your thoughts, guys? What are you thinking? What's your idea? Morning, Guerrero. How are you?
Morning.
Good morning, good evening. I reckon it's going to retest the high before it goes down.
I hope so. That's the best scenario, I reckon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, it gives us plenty of space then. I'm having the trade around this little area for like little fake outs. Okay. This is open now. So yeah, gosh man, if it just opened no bottom wick and went straight up, that'd be the best case scenario. But come on, go up.
I'd been in short for most of the Euro session, closed it just on the open when it started mucking around.
Yeah.
Come straight back to my entry. So, good thing.
Yeah, come on, keep pushing up so I can sell you. What did I need to do just now? Oh, that's right. So far, so good.
I'm going to give that a crack.
Really playing around that monthly close all along through Asia. And now it just touched.
Yeah, I didn't put my monthly close on just yet.
Yeah, it's there. It's
Yeah.
literally that just touched.
Beautiful.
Something. I don't know when it was, but it was just got hour 15:03.
London high from the other day.
This guy, yeah.
Don't know if it hit to the pip, but it was close.
Mm-hmm. Trendline liquidity. Yeah, yeah. The sell move makes a lot of sense. Just not sure exactly which one is going to bounce. I agree, absolutely.
So basically here also we left this liquidity here also. So like a imbalance kind
Doji
of
and
doji
imbalance.
liquidity. And also if you look at this thing, this is a 4-hour FE candle also. HCS also formed here, so on 4 hour. So
Yeah.
lot of confirmation for entering in that area. I mean right now we can look for sell, but ultimately buys can make sense afterward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
I've got equal highs with the Frankfurt high.
These two? No, wait. Oh, this
No,
one here. And
yeah,
these two.
Well, mine are equal and my terminal, yours are slightly higher.
Mm-hmm. Eve sold Nas at 17,521. Sorry, go on, Glenn.
Oh, mate, if there's any difference, it's the thickness of the line.
Just make it thicker, yeah.
Maybe.
I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that right now.
Yeah, equal ones.
Come on. So just give us a little push to 90.95. 16,995. I'll look to sell it from there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got to go slightly smaller screen because I want to check what gold price is. This little panel. What's gold? Hasn't moved. 2055. Happens a lot where I look at price on gold 2055 and then I'll be looking at German. I'll come back. Gold's 2055. Go get a coffee. Come back half an hour later. 2055. But then I click on the chart and gold's gone. It's gone up. It's come down. It's come up. It doesn't always caught it when it's like here. I'm like, oh, gold's boring, and then I look at it like, oh, it's actually gone up 40, come down 40, come up 40. Yeah, come on. One more push up. Take these highs, then drop. I mean, I'm pretty comfortable selling it with a wide stop loss for the first entry, and then looking to scale in. I did that yesterday with NAS. It was just sort of hanging around, and I was really confident that it was going to sell off at some stage yesterday. And it's crazy when you look at the final result for NAS, but I got a really nice sell in the London got a really nice sell. look how bullish NAS was, and I was still really happy with my sell that I got inside of here. Didn't quite get the target, but it was, I scaled out most of it. So the first, it was after the news. This is the 3 o'clock news, right? Price pushed up and I sold, took a first position, selling it with just a really wide stop loss. It was actually down here for the first position, because I wasn't sure if it was going to come down like that, and then entered more at the London high with the proper position. Just wasn't sure if it was going to spike down first position. Really comfortable with it. That was the main area, but I really wasn't sure if it was going to go up there first, and then it just sold off beautifully for like 100 pips, just straight down. Then it just absolutely launched back up. But a similar kind of idea. So with NAS, you've got to account for the extra volatility, but for German, same thing. Is like sometimes you can wait for the best area to trade from, and you can just miss the move. So like, I'm really comfortable that there's going to be that sell-off. It's just, if it does decide to come back up, you can either try get an entry, keep your stop loss low, give it a couple chances, or the other side is, if you kind of want that first entry just to be like a bit of a tester, scout entry, just go super low risk, keep your stop loss way out of the way, but then plan how you can actually scale into it properly. So if you wait for the best case scenario all the time, price will often break out and just not come back, and then you're missing it. So it's up to like, I'd really like to see it come take these highs and then drop. I would have loved to have seen it no bottom wick, go straight up and then come down. Price has been a bit of a slug. I'm really comfortable with the sells. It just depends on where you're comfortable getting into the trade. Like, are these wicks? Are you going to be patient, wait for it to be up here? Are you going to wait for the breakout? The breakout's the worst place to enter, I find. Should we anticipate in that breakout? Or when that closure happens, you've missed so much of the move that often it will pull back, and you don't want to hold from like here. Yeah, that's just too much. So you want to at least anticipate the move. But if it's going to, while it still hasn't broken out, it could rise a lot. So you don't want to go in with too much risk either. Especially if you find your first entry is often not a good entry. So 15 minutes threatening to come down. Keeps on trying to push down. I still think it's got a bit more of a pullback in it. The way German's been going as well lately is we'll get like a good 15 or 30 minute candle, and then it just ranges again for a while.
We're leaving some big wicks to the top.
Yeah, looking really good, especially if this 15 minute candle can close like that. We're getting a bit of a resistance formed. Oh, there was so Dave put in a trade that he took on FTSE yesterday, Glenn, and I was saying that you'd be all over that one, as in like
Dave, Coxie.
no, it's another Dave. We're gonna have to start like naming which Daves are Daves.
Yeah, it's getting confusing, isn't it?
Too many
What
Daves.
are there? Three Daves?
My brother's Dave as well.
Ah, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got Dr. Dave. We got Goldax Dave.
Yeah.
And we got No Dave.
So FTSE.
I like to call it Dave FX.
FTSE zone of interest. Your type of entry, eh?
Oh, heck yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so you thought you'd be all over that. You love it.
Shame it's such a shitty pair. But that's beautiful price action, but even up. Lovely.
Yeah, that's what confirmed it for him and that's what Dave C was saying as well, is like buyer's trap for sure. But all comes from the zone of interest. How you enter into this is it's like
Yeah, look at that.
whether we do our 4 types of entries that I've got on like with the group, or you've got your trend line retest or your anticipation entries. It all comes from marking out a zone of interest, because this will happen. This kind of price action pattern will happen everywhere, but if you're not anticipating it to happen at a specific area, you'll get like potentially you have to wait. Most people will wait until too late to get into the trade, because you need to see so much confirmations. But the more you can get comfortable with your levels, and then just how your entry criteria is, you can, there's so many ways to enter this. It can meet so many criterias, but it's really, really nice. And Dave sees, here we go, come on. Dave sees trade for pound yen, excellent today as well.
That was the one in daily trades.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was beautiful, wasn't it? I love his analysis.
Okay, let's go. $30, and then we've got a beautiful 15-minute candle closing. It'd be nice if we can close under there.
I took the cowboy entry. Cowgirl.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I need a hat.
You do. What part? where did you get?
I'm running 10 pips, so I just got in as it broke.
Oh, closed just above. Damn it.
I had 2 positions. One was not at the high. It was as that first candle wick started coming back down again.
Yeah.
So that was my first entry, and then as we broke structure, I added another one.
Mm-hmm.
The lowest one I've just closed, because after you take out an Asian low, I usually expect to pull back. But stop losses break even on the first, and I'll let it run.
I hope your trade wasn't less than 3 minutes.
I don't follow those rules. I live on the edge. I wear my cowboy hat. It's looking a bit dusty at the moment. Needs a good wash.
Okay, target. Looking for 16,930. That'd be a nice little 50 pips.
Okay, so look, connect sessions.
Yeah, I think it's a conservative area. I think it's a really conservative.
Nice zone there.
Yeah.
Just the top of that New York structure there.
It could get a little bit bumpy when it gets into these like wick areas. But I really want to see at least fill this candle.
Gold got within, oh, I can't quite measure it. It's either 1 pip or 2 pips of the Asian high.
Oh yeah, I'll have a little peek at that. Just come on, give us a quick one.
It's done. Not at the moment. It's sort of still ranging, but go, go, go. Yeah, well, we made 30 pips.
Mm-hmm.
New York high.
Yep. This is where it starts getting a bit bumpy. So
Let it bump up and grab me again.
cool, nice move. At least 30 odd pips. Who's in this one?
I am.
Yeah, sweet.
I don't know if
I'm
I should
waiting
close
to see
that.
to add a position.
What was that, Dave?
I'm waiting for the
Wonder if I
position.
should-
Right, here we go.
Glenn,
Come on.
your name's not Dave.
Oh,
Yeah.
the close will let it run.
Yeah, it's dangerous, this area. You're gonna add in here, Glenn, are you?
Yep.
Todd, you're in it. Nice. Tom, out already.
I'm still in.
You're still in, Sarah? Yeah.
When that 3-minute candle touched it, I added.
So this area is tricky, man. So because I want to see it keep on going down, but we're seeing a little bit of hesitation. If you look at this bottom left chart, yeah, just above that as well, like these necklines,
Oh yeah, good call. I didn't see that one.
like we've got a consolidation inside of here.
Yeah, good call.
But once
Yeah,
it
it could do
can
that.
once it can break through here, I wasn't convinced with the I'm not convinced like that there won't be like a deep pullback to push that down because of the way that it's come down here. It was still good enough to enter. And that's what I was saying is like where you wanted to, if you were happy to enter somewhere like 1980, like in this little zone when it was hesitating. I'll show you. I put in the Discord where I entered.
Let's see it over here too.
At 80.1 on this one. It's a 10-minute chart, so I can get it across here. You can see I was on this candle. This one here, when it was spiking up and hesitating. Now holding it for, where's this gone? You can see. So this spike up, this. There's this. So entered more or less here. Oh, you can't see the target. Target's target's down where I was saying, like around this 1940 area. 1940, 1930, anywhere around there. But be careful of anything here. So like this, it's a secure area. Hopefully we keep on pushing, but we do have some areas that price can bounce from, and we've seen that quite normal for German. That's why I flagged earlier, was that we see a candle, we see a big bearish candle, and then we see consolidation for a while. But hopefully it gives us just steady moves. Any pullbacks are just that, just pullbacks. Steady moves all the way down to about this area. So just conservatively, just above it. Then I'm not too bothered what it does after that. Hopefully it pushes bullish, but I don't know if it's going to push bullish, bottom left again. I don't know if it's going to push bullish from here, or if it's going to push bullish from here. But there should be, German, your bias isn't the most important thing per day. It's just important that you have a bias. Not waiting to try find a bias. Because bulls will make money, bears will make money, the pigs will get slaughtered. What's others doing? See, 2055 again. Every time I look at gold, 2055. Oh yeah, so Russ is here. Yeah, so Tom uses TCT. If you wanted to ask him his experience with them, and a lot of these other guys use. Yeah, Tom's saying it's excellent. I'll put it in the chat as well. I just want to be careful what I say with the YouTube streams. Okay, and how's NAS going? Sold NAS at 17,521, hoping to fill the gap. Gosh, my computer's getting slow, man.
30-minute on NAS has had a nice
Oof.
push.
Jeez. So if this happens with German, I'm still looking to sell German, but I'd be quite happy for German to retrace that whole move and then actually take sells from a higher position as well. So I'd like to see this is simply just London doing its thing. Gives you a good little move initially. I want to see it push up, and I'd like to take sells from up here. Then for that, those sells to be taking it from down here to down here. EU, please? No, I don't look at EU. Sorry, mate. I'd have to go do all my levels. I'd have to go take time to find an idea on it. It's just not going to happen today. I think it's important to follow one, like just a couple things. So I follow German in the morning. If I followed Euro every day, then it would be Euro, but because I do German, it'll be German. Oh, Joe, German closed a 5-minute gap. Oh yeah, it did too, didn't it? So on the 5 minutes, this is
15
that.
as well.
This is that liquidity build up, little structure, and then where it launched from. So that's, yeah, cool. I think there's a good chance it takes this whole area.
No, I was actually talking about a 5-minute gap on the way down, like in the last. This current 5-minute candle has just closed the gap.
Oh, I see.
If you go back on
Gotcha.
3 or 4 candles.
Yeah, gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah,
I thought you
it
were
just
talking about-
closed it there now, so it could push. It could push down again, yeah.
Yeah, it could, but I would like to see it take these highs as well.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Yeah.
just because I think a lot of people would be looking to sell that.
Gone sideways for so long in that area, yeah. It's like it needs to push up again.
Yeah.
To what?
It's kind of annoying when you get like a good move and price pushes down. You want it to go all the way, but it doesn't. So it's why it's so important to close partials.
US 30 is looking interesting.
US 30.
Depends on how this 15-minute candle closes, but
Okay. She took the short, Tom. So I'm visualizing this move that Nas did for now. I'm visualizing this move. So that I'm just anticipating like this is that what we're just done with German, given a nice entry to the downside. We haven't got the news, but price is now spiking back up. Looking for it to take these highs out. So hesitate and then sort of just keep pushing, and then looking for that move again down to the actual target where I was 1930. 16,930. Hopefully. If it just gives it straight away, then kind of annoying that it came all the way back up. But I'm looking for this part now. I don't want to take buys because I'm not looking for buys just yet. So that what it's going to translate to is this.
ooh.
Yeah, I think that's what this is designed for, Chris. Is like you get like anticipating, getting some good entries. You get a good move. It's not the best move, hasn't gone all the way down, but then you get the FOMO traders that get in. Now they've got to deal with drawdown. Any new traders, it does take a while to build that confidence with anticipation, because losing a trade it hurts. And I know why a lot of people would avoid doing it. You want to be in a trade, but then it hurts when you lose a trade, and then you can only take so many hits if we lose confidence. But if you can keep your risk low and you can plan your entries and not get involved when price is like, I find breakout trades can be really difficult unless you've got a good level of experience, because most of the time you're just going to get in the worst spot. So being able to sort of see these moves without being influenced into what's doing, because what will happen as well is price will be breaking these highs, looking bullish as all hell, and you'll think, oh, my sell idea didn't work out. And then you'll be switching bias to look for buys. Oh god, I can't draw these things. It looks shocking. And then what ends up happening is you just feel fried because price is going down, didn't work. Price is going up, didn't work. You buy the high, you sell the low. You've got to anticipate a move. You got to anticipate levels that you want to trade from as well. Because some of the hardest trades they're gonna look really difficult to get into. Like the gold trade yesterday, the gold buy. Actually, I broke it down. Excellent, really nice breakdown. Price is at a great level for buys down here. Okay, price is at a great level for buys, and in hindsight, it looks absolutely, it looks like it makes a lot of sense. But having the courage to pull the trigger on something, especially if you're looking at like low time frames, pulling the trigger on something that looks like this as it's coming down, people will be thinking, most people will be thinking that you should be selling this thing. And yeah, you probably should have been up here. But once price gets all the way down and it starts becoming so obvious for sells, you're closer to a bounce. And a lot of people will look at the lower time frames, get induced into taking a trade. Right? Get induced into taking a trade, but then they always forget the bigger picture of where you are. And I know German, we can say German is super bullish on the higher time frame. And if we look at German, sorry how slow it is. German's super bullish. It's been bullish. But we're closer to all-time highs now. Again, I know we can keep on pushing, making new all-time highs, but you got to think about what the rationale of movement's going to be. Like how is London going to react to this really late move, late in the session, pushing bullish? Do you think London want to buy the highs? London will want to get a better price. But if they make it so obvious that they're going to sell, it's going to be really hard for them to sell. So they're going to make it look, price is going to look like it's forming support. Price will probably look like it's going to break out to the top side as well, and maybe even pushes a bit. But the risk reward potential there is very low. Very low. Like it can work, it's just what makes more sense. What makes more sense in a session. Obviously we're looking ultimately for long-term buys, but right now, if price is reacting to this area and it's faking out and it's coming back down, what would make more sense? To me, there's more room to make money on the downside than there is for London session to keep on pushing super bullish, unless there's like a catalyst that comes in. Unless someone here comes out, like some ECB speaker comes out and starts talking down interest rates again, bringing cuts back on the table earlier. In that case, we can keep on pushing higher, but without that, then I find any buys is just a setup to get people interested in looking for buys, simply so that they can achieve a great price to sell down to, for them to be able to do a buy. So it's either going to be a buy to sell or a sell to buy. All of this is emotional. And this is quite normal for German. When you get like a little bit of good, like yesterday, it's pretty slow at the start, good bit of volatility, then it's slow, and then eventually, like, you know, it starts taking off. But it's kind of stop-start. We're only 39 minutes into the open. Previous day, same kind of thing. Got, you can see like how got early sells that drove down 20 odd pips. Price just couldn't quite get there. Target was to this level. Okay, so good little early bit, then price comes up, makes a new high, inducing people in to look for buys. Then we got a nice sell again, and that one ran for 40 pips. So you kind of do get this kind of like an ECG chart, like your heart rate. Very normal. Some have the ability to sell, to buy, to sell, and then go with like these hyper scalping. I know that's not. I don't have that ability. So if I'm set on looking for sells, then I'll look for sells. I'll look for price to, like, this is my target. This is my TP. But it doesn't mean that I can't sell, take profit, or sell, take partials, and then like my runner is going to get taken out. Now, I'm still looking for sells. If I know that if I start looking for buys, even though I think buys make sense, up to take these highs out, I can't take those buys because I know it's not easy for me to shift my thinking from sells into buys into sells so quickly. And whenever I do that, I find I miss the move I wanted to get. So that's the discipline part of trading. Even though I but I've got a good idea that price is gonna sweep these highs. Personally, I don't like taking those buys. Unless I've got really, really clear targets, and I don't today. Only target that I think is absolutely achievable is that at some stage we'll revisit 16,930. Preferably from as high as possible. And looking at gold, we're still at 2055. Always here. Did anyone take those buys?
Oh, small position. Just on some of these other pullbacks.
Yeah, I'm not in anything. Unfortunately, the runner got taken out. So, managed to secure 26 on the first part of the position, but the spread Spread took me out. Anyone else looking at any other pair ideas we can, or want to share ideas? Trades taken.
I was looking for some Euro Aussie longs, but
Oh, that makes
I've got
sense.
an early position.
Yeah, Euro Aussie longs makes sense. Aussie's not looking very good.
Just most of the indices I am looking to short, but I'm just not seeing the price action yet.
Waldo, looks like EU swept on 4 hour. What did EU do? Oh, took out the Euro, the pre-London low. Took out these highs.
After that, 50% on German.
Cute. I'll be right back. Well, it it teased us with a nice, quick, easy 40 pip move, but it didn't give it, did it? Now we've got to just wait for some extra volatility to come in. What I'm going to do is, my computer's super slow, so I'm going to close the Trading Nut stream. Okay, continue watching. You can watch on my channel if you like, or you can hear the background music. You can hear the others as well. You can hear Maddie in the background as well, screaming. If you guys want to, it's up to you. My YouTube people, stay on. We're gonna get these cells, okay? But Trading Nut stream, I'm gonna have to close it because I think the stream quality is not very good. All right, I'll see you either next week, or have a great weekend, or I'll see you on my channel. Okay, bye bye. Cool, that page is closed now.
Good going.
What's that, Glenn?
Gold's back down to actually.
Oh look, it dipped under 2055.
It's dropped 14 pips in the last few minutes.
Oh yeah. No wick.
This is my support line. It doesn't break it. Euro wasn't get a little bounce. Very little.
You're Aussie.
That support seems to be holding for now.
German's at 16,983. Cool. Creeping up here.
Guns loaded, mate. Come on, push up. What level are you going to sell, German? Looking above this grey zone. So around the 17,000. Looking for some sort of like rejection wicks, top wicks, bearish engulfing candles, things, anything like that.
Oh, gold broke 55.
Nice. Okay. Okay, come on, gold. Let's drop down. Drop down to 2046.
A lot of cooing going on there.
Yeah.
Backup
Yeah, I was
support.
gonna say.
Backup support. She's practicing. She'll take over the stream, mate.
If you see that on the Zoom side, you can see my little.
Is that a...
You need to
God,
hang
that
it
was a
from
long
the
time
ceiling
ago.
in the background, mate, and then you'll have 100,000 subscribers.
So what was
Exactly. Oh, I know the plot. Yeah, great marketing ploy.
that? Yeah.
It's either puppies or babies.
Yeah.
Puppies or babies. My son, I inherited a little Maltese years ago. He was absolutely gorgeous. Take him for a walk. Chick magnet.
Yeah.
Terrible. I didn't realise. I did not realise. Classic.
Off to divorce court next week, mate.
Okay, if we can get a break under here, I'm really keen for this drop. Oh, Maddie. See, this mummy's got some work to do. Okay. German, keeping a close eye on this. Three-minute close, pretty nice. Pretty nice. Really nice, come on. Hopefully the drop's coming. Gold, hopefully the drop's coming. Swept pre-London, low. A few danger areas inside of this Asian session. But it's looking pretty decent. Am I doing MI stream? Not tonight. We've got to go out. I doubt I'll be back in time. If I'm back in time and I'm allowed, for sure. I don't think I'm gonna be back in time. Okay, Dave. Okay, we just need to break through. Oh, wife is at work, yeah.
Anyone in these? You don't run any positions? You run any from these ideas?
Sure on both.
I am. I've done short.
Yeah, good one. Daniel's in as well. Nice. Yeah, cool. Gold running all right now, breaking under 2054. Oh, Jim got it 16,990. Nice one. Yeah, that's a good entry. If we can just get some momentum. This is the what have I done? Move that. This is the first candle. So this is the retest. Sorry, this is the liquidity candle. Now we could get the retest. So it might bounce around a little bit, come back up, and we're hoping that it's simply that. It's just going to be a retest. It could make it look convincing as a buyer's trap to get people convinced it's going to go and make a new all-time high. But it'd be nice if we can just drop straight down. Gold's sort of struggling these levels as well, but I want to see some momentum come with gold. We need someone to come in here and just say, we're going to cut rates. Sorry, guys.
Come on. That'll do.
There's a retest.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Hopefully it's a retest.
That would be where I'd expect a retest to happen. So.
I mean, for those trend line lovers.
Yeah.
Don't know. It's not my forte.
Take your low. Take them. Touch. Break. Hopefully retest.
The gold's very slow. Only running like 6 pips in profit on the gold. German's still hovering at entry. Tom close gold, focus on DAX, tiny scalp, nice work. I've got my gold running still.
Ah, son of a bitch. Oh, missed it.
So hoping we can get. It's obviously going to be bumpy, but I'm looking for this area.
Straight through. No retest.
What's NAS doing? Let's have a look.
Nas probably on its way to an all-time high. It's much more sensitive to those earnings. So I can imagine that there's a lot of people buying into these, like just into these market funds, and we're seeing there's a wrinkle here that could consider, is that as people start getting older as well, you would have a lot of people that have been invested in stock markets and like Nas, S&P for a long time. What would be one catalyst you think would be present if for money to come out of a stock market that's looking so bullish? What do you think?
Cashing in.
Yeah, cashing in. At what age would you be doing that generally? Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you're getting closer to retirement age, people will be shifting from aggressive portfolio to more of a defensive portfolio. So the older they get, because market like retracements are great to get in more of a position at a cheaper price, knowing that the ultimate stock market is just bullish for the way it's set up, for like ultimately like it will just, with inflation, with population increasing, with technology advancements, price should just keep on eventually growing. But market cycles is a part of a normal it's normal, right? But as you got that baby boomer age coming into retirement age, you any downturns just before like retirement can hurt, because you can't then you haven't got time on your side to recover. So we are starting to see you will see outflows when there are new all-time highs. As they get closer to that retirement age, they can take money out of like stocks and they'll invest into more defensive assets. That will be like your fixed cash, your bonds, things like that. So you can see, that's why like all-time highs, they get hit, but there's retracements as well as people cash out, and that is something that to consider as well. But try not to time those things. But that is a wrinkle. That was I find quite interesting. Okay, so hopefully this was just a retest now. So even if it breaks the high, I'm not too concerned. When they cash out as well, it's not like they can never cash out too much at once. So that would be devastating for tax. But you will start, like you can track how much money is coming out, going to defensive assets, and how much is going in. So the last couple of weeks there was actually an outflow, and then this week they've started seeing it getting pumped back into the stocks. And what we've seen is like for S&P, for example, we did see that initial little correction where price was really struggling to sort of break out, and then it's just been on fire again. Anyway, FYI, I find it all really interesting. Okay, gold still struggling. We need something. We need a catalyst. We need a catalyst ahead of NFP to get a really nice move.
Nas just bumped its head on something. slight amendment to the trend line after that last move.
What do you say, Glenn? Oh, making another trend line.
Yeah, just as we.
So moving at something
a bit
like
more
this.
accurate now that we've had a bit more information.
Okay, let's keep an eye on it.
Clearer on the 1 minute.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice if I'm kind of like, I'm in a sell. I'm in a sell. I've got a wide stop loss at the moment. And I don't know what I want to do with it. Because I'm stop loss for now. Because my entry is... That's... 90. Stop loss is like this at the moment. I was comfortable in whether this is going to be the retest of this. But now when I'm looking at it, I'm thinking we're going to get a sweep. So I'm wondering if I should get out and then look to try re-enter higher. Because it's not looking like it, the retest now. Now it is looking like it's going to pump. Kind of looks like a cup and handle, doesn't it? So now that you've drawn that trend line as well, I'm wondering if I should just manage this one a little bit more, a little bit better. Yeah. I'm going to close this one. What I'm going to look for is I want to see this sweep and then get back into it. Normally I'd be alright to hold it, but I don't want to hold that if I don't need to. And that, when you just said like for this trend line as well, it kind of just makes me even more reason to look to get in a bit higher. Just cut my losses where they were. Look to get in a bit higher for that move down.
We've now taken the London high from Wednesday.
Oh, we took that a while ago on mine. Looking at the manipulation on the open on the 1 minute, acts like a magnet. Now closing above it, and retest should go up. Oh, you're looking at this, aren't you, Ivan? Like these areas here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I'm not like, I'm still confident with the downside. I'm not confident with how high it is, given we are in a bullish trend. So that's why I'm being a bit conservative, just with, I don't want to hold risk too much, especially with such like, when I'm confident on a level, like really confident, I'm happy to hold it. Like NASA's pretty confident. This one, I'm not confident that whether it's going to go from here to here to here. So that's now, my stop loss would just be too wide, and probably not wide enough to survive. If they want to, it could just get taken out. So I'd rather just, I know where's a good entry. If you had to take an entry, you know, you'd like to be getting like price closing below here and then retesting. That would be fine.
So I try to visualize that move as well. Okay, let's see what it does at the trend line. 4 minutes looking good.
US 30's pulling back a little bit.
Mm-hmm. It's looking like a fake out now. See what we can do with this trend line. So if it just keeps on poking up with the wick and like hesitating here, this is where I will just anticipate it's going to break. What I can do then is, if I'm anticipating this move, just want to make sure that this wick is holding. Now, because before, something very important before was I didn't know where this high was going to go to. So my stop loss is quite wide. Once I get more confident of where a high is, my stop loss will go just above it. So by being patient, you can actually improve your risk reward. But when you don't know where your high is going to be, like say when you put pen in orders, your stop loss is usually, you give yourself quite a big margin of error. So by watching price, when we get a bit more certainty of where a high could be in, I'll put my stop loss just above it and I'll have a tight stop loss. At the moment the trend line's holding. Yeah, nothing yet. Okay, I'm going to give it a go. We can break under there, stop loss just above it. And I'll look. Risk is low because risk reward's good. But I want to see the presence of these rejection candles. I want to anticipate that we're going to break this trend line now. If we don't, then I'm only risking 10 pips. Problem with trend lines is like, is it breaking? Should I readjust it? Is it still breaking? I hate these trend lines.
Did you see that headline about Iran backed Iraqi armed group? Someone?
What was that? Iran backed Iraqi armed group. Oh.
Yeah.
Continue attacks against US forces. Yeah, they're showing their support for Palestine. Got the issues there that but the world's popo are there. Happy to give it a second chance if this is a bit early, but we'll wait for we'll have to see another like liquidity candle or something. At the moment it's just looking like it's just grinding high, which is a little bit annoying, holding us here. But that's my entry type. Liquidity candle at a zone of interest. Liquidity candle zone of interest. Prefer to get on the retest, or anticipating that this candle is going to form like this, or getting in like when it breaks the high, to anticipate it's going to be bearish, or if I'm cautious, waiting for it to close back below here. So that's entry. Sorry, let me change that. Entry type 1 is entering on this candle. Entry type, so that's waiting. That's your cowboy trade. That's your anticipation trade. Waiting for it to close below is your confirmation trade. Or if you're really waiting and you need to see all the confirmations in the world, then you can get a late trade. All of them have their trade-offs. So obviously cowboy trade can be risky. It's not the best risk reward either, but you do get best price potentially so that you can survive any sort of pullbacks. Anticipation trade is hard to get into mentally, scary. But what it can be is it will give you a, it will give you really good risk reward. But it's also risky because you're not giving yourself much room. Confirmation trade is fantastic because you get a lot of confirmations, but now you're sacrificing risk reward. Late entry is good as well, but sometimes it doesn't give you that, so you might miss the trade altogether. So each has got their pros and cons. Being at the end of the week, plus keeping my risk pretty low here, the week's been really good. I'm really happy to I'm only risking 10 pips. I only use fixed lots as well, so 10 pips is not a whole lot when you think about it. But we've got like a little bit of a break on the 1 minutes. Be nice if we can break below this level, then we can start really seeing the risk reward benefit of getting in with such a aggressive entry pay off. But with aggressive entries, there's also a high chance it doesn't work out. So make sure that your risk is not too high. Always make sure risk control is paramount. So if you're getting into anything that feels like aggressive, you need to see it work out a number of times before you get confident to do it. So if you're just taking a trade because I'm taking the trade, it's going to be really hard for you to hold with confidence. And if you're taking a trade because I take a trade and it loses, then you're going to be really annoyed at me. But you need to take trades because you've seen it play out plenty of times, or you agree with my analysis and you agree Nice liquidity candle. If we can break under the support, that'd be great. Gold sort of doing its thing.
US 30s reversal longs on the fire.
US 30.
Mm.
What's it done? Done nothing. Oh, I see. You're looking at that bit. Oh, this is the TRP. Or inverse head and shoulders.
Go back to the neckline.
Mm-hmm.
Regan special.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it crazy what your eye can see after a time?
Yeah. That's why I don't mind getting into a trade early as well with a wide stop loss. If you're like, even if you're going at low risk, because you become hyper focused and then you start seeing it, and like you can realize when you're in the trade too early and you're caught in the washing machine, and that's okay. It's like, oh, wait a second. Now I really see, I've got to really, I can, you build you develop your trade idea. So then it's like, well, does it actually make sense to hold anymore where I am? Because now I'm much more focused on where the entry is. And a lot of the time, it's, if you can just build that ability to just get out when you need to, it's so important in trading. Because many people find themselves into like a bad position, but then because they're in that position, it's you miss the good opportunities. And I've been there. I've done it. I've done it so many times when I've taken a trade. And this is where I was saying, like, I don't like to take a trade that's against my bias, because if it starts going bad, I'm trying to think how should I manage this trade? If I'm not thinking then about the trade that I should have been taking. And it's because like I got caught up in the trade I took rather than the trade I should take. So it's easier like to just that sunk cost theory. If you can just cut, you like, look, just cut it where you are, because you're going to make more on the next trade or the next idea. What are my thoughts on non-farm payroll? Good news is, so I hate employment news because it's such a it's a messy indicator. But if it gives a good print, then initially a good print will send stocks down for sure. But when they start looking at the numbers, very quickly that could reverse, because I was like, what would good numbers mean? Good numbers can mean, like, if you are a employee and say you're like, how much does it cost for businesses to train people up? It costs a lot. It's an investment in time, and it takes if once you've got good employees, you want to hold on to them. So firings are the last thing to happen. But if you're a business and you're not doing so well, the most likely thing is that you're going to cut the hours. Say, look, I want to keep you, but I can't give you 38 hours anymore. I'm going to drop you down to 20 hours. Then that person that's down to 20 hours now has to go get another job. So now you've got a job created if they find another job. So you can be creating a lot of jobs, but it might not be full-time positions. It might just be a lot of part-time positions. And if there's a lot of part-time positions, the government's not getting any more taxes. They're not going to be able to increase their spending. And it's that. So a good job report is simply, it can be an illusion. Now, the ADP employment is probably more accurate than the non-farm payroll when you think about it. ADP, the one that was on Wednesday, which showed bad numbers, that's based on actual like data, on client data. Then non-farm payroll, the BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics, that's actually done on surveys. So it's not actually that accurate, but it's the big one that everyone looks at. So if they come out good numbers, the initial reaction is going to be a sell-off. But when they look into the numbers, and then it shows like, look, it was more made up of people that were getting like actual hours worked by Americans. When you look at total hours worked, maybe there's no change. So those jobs created is just people taking on more part-time work. In that case, that's going to show a softening in the labor market. And then that could be, that's what the Fed are looking for if they're going to cut interest rates. So if they see that, and this comes in the numbers, and it's not actually shown in the overall print, then that will lead to stocks rallying. So you can see a case for stocks to go up and stocks to go down based on the NFP. That's why it's such a volatile event. Okay, so we're looking, we're above 1-to-1. Pretty happy with the trade. It was looking, who was squeezing their cheeks together a little bit harder when it was doing this?
I threw pineapple at it.
Did anyone lose faith? I wasn't convinced, don't get me wrong. I'm always thinking that I know there's a chance it's going to lose, but I know that if I get convinced into what price is doing here as well, I'll miss out on the payoff. Idea sound, Jim? Yeah. Tom, you're pretty relaxed about it? Cool. Just how high was it going to wick? Yeah, that's what I was worried about, because this is the problem with trading, is that everything can look great and you can get buyer's traps that look like this, where this is the trap and then it goes. Or you can have buyer's traps that go like this and it breaks the highs. Or you can get double tops. When it gets close to double topping, that makes me nervous, because usually there's the sweep. And if I've got in here anticipating this move, I'm like, far out. I'm gonna get spiked out of this thing. But anyway, I think we've had a great day, actually. Got the sells early. Took 20 pips from, I think it was from here. 26 pips. So runner got stopped. And now this one is running with excellent risk reward. Very little risk needed for this one. And this one's running close to 20 pips. You in sales, Dave, as well? Nice one. Oh, Don, you're out. Nice scalp. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, if you guys took it and you've made some money, give the stream a like. As long as you learn things. We either lose, we either win or we learn. We never lose. How can I? Like confirmation entries. I prefer having a zone and just anticipating it. Anticipating that this is the move, because you can keep your risk lower. You might take more hits, which hurts, but to me it's better than this. Getting one that's low risk reward but then also having a wear drawdown, which is going to make you nervous. And then even maybe then it still pulls back and you just lose. Or wait for all this and then it goes, and like, what's the payoff? The payoff is little compared to what it could have been. Even if you had to give it 2 goes, your risk reward is usually far, far better by number 1 or number 2, or a slash between like 2 and 3, where you're anticipating the move, but you want to see a little bit more of a confirmation. You don't want to wait for the candle to close, but you don't want to get in here when it's the scariest time. You might want to see it wick, 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 and then start to like flip bearish. And maybe then you're thinking, well, it's made the top wick, now it's flipping. Now is a good chance that if it pushes down and then breaks that low again, that it's going to continue to close lower. So you've kind of done a combination between 2 and 3. Anyway, that's just all the stuff that we learn, isn't it? That we study on the weekends. That's where the real magic happens. The streams are good. Like, I try to give as much away for free in the streams. Also, it records my sessions as well for me as a journal, which is really good. And people like maybe just looking for signals or trying to find ideas. But the real magic of actually understanding everything is when we actually talk about things in a lot greater detail on the weekends, and study and backtest and look at concepts and learn from each other. That's where the magic happens. So important to try keep consistent work with trading, rather than trade Monday to Friday, have Saturday, Sunday off, come Monday fresh, really keen to take trades, make too many mistakes because over the weekend you weren't really thinking, weren't really following the moves, weren't refreshing your memory, keeping sharp. So Monday you come in and then straight away, Monday, maybe you get a good trade, probably though you take a bad trade. So people stop taking trades on Mondays because they say, oh, Monday price action is not good. Monday price action is just as good as any other day. It's just Mondays, it's more your behavior is that you're not fresh coming into Monday. You didn't have your idea and you're keen to take a trade. It's the human behavior mistakes. It's not the market. Well, I've done my stats. London Open on a Monday still moves the exact same as a Tuesday and a Wednesday and a Thursday. It's human behavior that changes. All right. Well, I'm gonna secure a little bit here. I'm pretty happy with the risk reward. I don't really want it to come back to the entry, but it is pausing a bit, and I don't want to have to sit through this late entry to see if it comes all the way back up. So I want to secure something from here. YouTube, I'm going to end the stream. Hope you guys learned something. My Zoom people, stay on. We'll have a little chat and I'll see check in with how you guys are going. But YouTube people, have a good evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. Be careful. It's NFP today. Crazy stuff can happen with labor statistics. But I hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Don't forget, like and subscribe if you can. Be brilliant. Otherwise, I'll see you next week.